Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dick Polipnick here with Quentin Johnson for Online Growth Systems. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about how you can ask questions to grow your business, grow your sales, grow your income, and make it more efficient. So let's dive right into it. Quentin here, he's been a guest on the show before in the past. Quentin, you want to reiterate what we're going to be talking about?
So, what we're going to be talking about is how something as simple as just asking a question, regardless of if it has to do with your field of work, how it can benefit you.
So, kind of putting it into context is, let's say that you are working with a partner or a supplier or an outsourcer or something like that, somebody else in your supply chain of your product or service. You can ask somebody that you've been working with for years and say, hey, John, how do you guys handle your supply management? You know what I mean? How do you guys handle shipments? How do you do quality control? What Quentin did today, was it? Or
it was yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and say what you did?
So, I was being consulted for a software that we're getting up and going, and I just noticed a problem that we have in our company. And it's just getting new employees up and going, and just trying to find a more efficient way of getting them up to speed with all the rest of the employees. So, just as an outside source, someone that knows nothing about our company, I just asked him, well, what do you guys do when a new employee comes into your office? Like, how fast do you get them going up to speed before you throw them in their cubicle and start working on your software? So for us, it'd be how soon we get them running a machine.
Right. And a lot of people have that problem. You're not the only company. Like, I would say almost every company could be better at that. Wouldn't you say? Like, even corporations have struggle. They have entire departments dedicated to bringing in new employees and hiring them and training them. McDonald's has a literal college that they started to train fry cooks. It's called Hamburger University. Look it up. It's actually a real place. Training people is a big deal. So what Quentin did is he just, took this lesson from this video that we're talking about, implemented it into his business, and reaped the benefits, right?
Yeah.
They actually gave you a great tip about finding mentors and assigning an existing employee who's doing a great job and kind of mentoring them during breaks or outside of the work, or maybe going having a beer once in a while, just kind of, or maybe on the job. That's the person out of the 20 employees. They go to their mentor and say, man, I'm really embarrassed to ask somebody, so I'll ask my mentor, how does this button work again? You know what I mean? Or how does this code work? I don't remember. Having that kind of relationship with a single individual in the company is probably huge for both production-wise and getting that employee up to speed faster, and it's probably going to cut a lot less on like waste management and quality control, because that mentor will be overseeing that person. It gives them responsibility to make sure that new employees are doing a good job. So that's just one example of how asking questions in your business can help you become more profitable, because you're cutting back on, like in his example, he's going to save labor dollars, because that same amount of time that he spent paying him is going to be spent making more money instead of wasting it trying to figure it out. Other examples of like questions that we could ask are, let's start shooting some ideas out.
Just how they route a product through your company. Maybe they have it goes to one department before it goes to the other that you might have not have thought of.
Right. You could really look at any aspect, whether it's bookkeeping, finances. Ask your banker, say, hey, is there a better way we could be doing our deposits? Maybe, you're still in the archaic way of signing the backs of checks and going to the bank and putting it through the air socket tubes, right? I use my phone. I just sign them and I scan them, take a picture, boom, it's deposited within seconds, And how
different softwares you can use to increase workflow, keep track of, even like an accounting software. Maybe you're doing it the old Excel way versus...
But maybe you don't, but these are examples that are pretty common, like a banking app and using software. But maybe what we're talking about is there is a solution to a problem that you have, but you don't know about that solution. You don't even know of its existence. But the only way you're going to know as if you ask, right? So who do you ask? You ask people in your industry. You ask people, he asked someone who is their software supplier. I ask questions to my banker, to my accountant. I ask questions to my competitors. Did you know that this could be a whole nother video. I take my competitors out to dinner and I interview them about what they do right, what they do wrong, give me advice, you know what I mean? And depending on the guy, I mean, they'll say, hell no, get the hell out of here, you know what I mean? Or they'll say, you're a young entrepreneur, I'm a bajillionaire, you're not really going to make a dent in my business, you know what I mean? I'm selling it next year anyway for $1 billion, right? They'll take you out to supper, right? You want to become the next Elon Musk, ask Elon Musk how to do it, right? The only way is you emulate people who have been there, because they have a roadmap to success that you can follow and they can help you get there. So that concludes today's video. Thanks for watching. And Quentin, what do you think they should do right now?
Probably smack that subscribe button.
That is right. You should smack that subscribe button. And as you can see, we're playing some golf here, and Quentin just got a hole in one.